So it's about a year or two ago, I did a video on this guy. This is The Fallen from the Titanium series. And it was a very interesting toy, and it's really cool having a toy of The Fallen in my Transformers collection, even though it's very, very peculiar. Well, I decided to do another video on another one I just got. I just got the Titanium series Diecast Rodimus Prime. And this is one that's been on my radar for a while, and I finally found it for a really good price, and I got it in the box, too. So I wanted to show off this box, because it's very pretty, but also, I'm just very excited for this particular toy. I wanted to actually kind of do a first impressions kind of thing, and kind of give some backstory on these Transformers Titaniums. So this was a series by Hasbro, and essentially, it was kind of going with this whole Titanium diecast series line that they've been doing for a while. And actually, interestingly enough, I just got my hands on this, too. This is a Titanium series diecast figurine of Galvatron. I had some of these growing up, but I wanted one in the box, because the boxes on Titanium stuff is so cool. So this Titanium series, you might recognize this package, because Hasbro also did Star Wars ships in this Titanium series line. I don't know if they did much else, but you can see it's kind of, Titanium series is a division of Micro Machines, Galoob, yada yada. So essentially what all of that means is this was an entirely different division of Hasbro from the Transformers team. So that means that every one of these die-cast transforming figures, like this Rodimus Prime here, as well as the Fallen, and that Soundwave, which I do have, and I will make a video on, oh boy, all of these are very different from Transformers of the same era. And looking for a date here, I can show you the era I'm speaking of is around 2006. So this was, the tail line, or the tail end of Cybertron, the beginning of Classics, right before the 2007 movie. So a lot of those toys were very chunky, very durable, very nicely made. And these are some of our first tastes of, reimagined G1 characters. You can see right there, Generation 1. So yeah, I really wanted Rodimus Prime because he's a favorite character of mine, and I casually character focus him. I like getting some unique toys of Rodimus Prime, because he's one of my favorites. Optimus is my boy, but Rodimus is also my boy. So yeah, let's get this opened up. As cool as this package looks, as much as I might grab a Titanium to keep in the box someday, it's not going to be this one. We will open him up, and we will have fun with him, as we should with all Transformers toys. So first, we've got the instructions, which I hope I will not need. I typically don't like transforming toys with the instructions. But this actually has me very curious. So let's kind of, I guess, just lift that back up for now so you have something to look at. But this seems to be like a product pamphlet. So right here we have War Within Optimus Prime, which is one that is highest on my Titanium want list. I actually want a lot of these. So Optimus is definitely one on my want list for Titaniums. I almost bought it, but the one I was thinking about was loose, and it was kind of dinged up, wasn't really in the greatest shape, so I passed on that. But what else we got? Let's see. Oh, I have never even seen that Jetfire before in my entire life. I've never even seen that. That is wild looking. That's kind of cool. There's a Thundercracker. That's one I actually wouldn't mind, because it's kind of a cool, kind of War Within, sort of Cybertron-y looking design. Kind of neat there. Again, there's War Within Optimus. And then this is supposed to be G.I. Joe Megatron. This is notorious for being one of the worst Transformers toys ever made. It doesn't look that bad, but apparently it is very bad. So hopefully this Rodimus isn't nearly as bad. And on the top here, they don't have pictures, but there's also Optimal Optimus and Scourge. I might get that Scourge someday and just kind of have him as a sweep. But Optimal Optimus is a fascinating one, because I don't think it has a gorilla mode. I think it literally just has, the jet mode. So it's very odd. Then on the back, here's more of these miniature ones. So there's Cybertron Megatron, Starscream, Unicron, and that Unicron toy is infamous for having so much black wash on him, it comes off on your hands. And then there's another kind of War Within style Prime, Jazz, Beast Wars Megs, and that is actually Beast Wars Optimus Primal, and I had that toy growing up. I still have it, but that was actually very fascinating. And right down here, you can see that there is a Star Wars line for this as well. And I actually have a titanium die-cast clone trooper. I don't know where he went. I'm looking around trying to figure out where I put that thing. I've got no idea. It's somewhere. But yeah, they did a lot of weird titanium die-cast stuff, and the Transformers ones, to me, are some of the more interesting. So we're 5 minutes into this video, and we haven't even opened this toy. Come on. Come on. So the presentation's very nice. Very, very nice. Let's see here. Where do I have my nippers? Yes, I do. Man, I've got a big old box just full of toys next to me I really got to take care of. So he's twisty tied in, but we ain't got time for that. We're just cutting him out. Because as cool as this package is, I'm not putting him back in. I'm probably not going to keep it. As cool as it is, man, it's a really cool box. I'm not going to lie. I can't keep it. I can't. Like, for me, Transformers are meant to be open. I'm going to keep that little Galvatron I got in the box, though, because, come on, that's this little figurine. Okay. Are those just... Oh, is there one, like, all the way recessed in there? Oh, that's so irritating if it is. So I guess this I just have to peel out. Oh, it's taped to the bottom, I forgot. I mean, it's die-cast, so I guess it makes sense that it's really packed in there. But it's still very annoying. It's still very annoying, all the packing that they did for these. So maybe I can lift that. And all these come with display bases, too. I believe I actually got my Fallen in the package. So I have the display base for my Fallen, not for my Soundwave. But yeah, just a cool little display base. These take up a lot of space on shelves, though, so I'm probably not going to use that. But still cool. Might use it someday. Alright, so let's try to get him out. First impression, his leg is very durable feeling. That's good. So I think the only thing stuck is the torso. How does the torso fit in? Oh, yeah, they did that thing. Look at that. It's, like, not visible from the front, but there's one extra twisty tie. Can I reach in there? There we go. I hate when they do that. Freaking hate when they do that. So let's fold out his little winglets back here. And yeah, first impression is actually very good. It feels pretty durable. Feels pretty solid. He's got some rubber bands on him. He looks like suspenders. That's funny. Yeah, let's get those off. Very easy to get off since it's... Geez, how old? Older than some of you watching. This thing came out in 2006. Some of you watching are about to graduate high school. Insane. Literally insane. Okay, maybe that flips up. Yeah. That's so odd. Man, this is an odd toy. And fun fact, I believe it wasn't it a convention exclusive? They repainted this and literally just called it Menasor. They just were like, oh, Rodimus Prime, let's repaint him and call him Menasor, because that makes sense. So yeah, they also did Ultra Magnus, which actually isn't that bad of a figure. So first impression, like I said, pretty solid. Let's get some of this other weird stuff out of the way. We don't need instructions right now. I don't think I'll need them, but we will see. Let's keep the base back there. I like going untabbed a lot. So yeah, very, very deluxe size. You know, he's kind of like maybe slightly bigger deluxe. You can see he's a little bigger than the Fallen right there. It's really fascinating, though. I really do enjoy having this for my kind of Rodimus Prime focus that I kind of have going on. Yeah, his articulation seems pretty decent. So his legs and his forearms and I believe his chest are all die-cast. So he does have one proportional issue. You can see his waist is further back than his shoulders and his head. So yeah, like I said, this was designed by a different division than Hasbro. Or than the Transformers team at Hasbro. So it was designed by like the Galoob diecast team, and they're not known for designing transforming robots. So for some of these diecast figures, they did a pretty decent job, and others they did a pretty bad job. Cough, cough, Soundwave. Cough, cough, G.I. Joe Megatron. But so far, this is pretty decent, man. It's definitely a little weird. It's very hollow right there, kind of interesting in how it feels, but it moves fine. It looks pretty cool, especially in just like a standard stoic pose. It's like, yeah, that's Rodimus Prime right there. Yeah. And I like that this was Rodimus Prime, too, because around the same time there was a Classics Hot Rod So you could have Hot Rod, and then this is Rodimus Prime. Because there's not a lot of Rodimus Prime toys. A lot of it's just Hot Rod. So I kind of really appreciate that. Also, we're struggling to have the name rights to Hot Rod at the time, so that's probably why they just called it Rodimus. But this is specifically Rodimus, and you'll tell in the alt mode. Yeah, man, this is weird. I like it, though. I like it. Especially for the price I paid for it, I like it. So yeah, his head sculpt looks really good. I actually really like that head sculpt. And the chest looks very classic Hot Roddy. I appreciate the little winglets back there. And the crazy thing is, for the longest time, for a lot of people's like Transformers Classics collections, this was pretty much their stand-in for Rodimus Prime. Kind of fascinating, you know. The knee articulation's not that great. Maybe it's better if you like move this panel out. Yeah, if you move the panel out, you get more range. See, that's one thing that, you know, these designers, they didn't think of. Because see, if they're designing it properly, they could have tried to figure out a way to like fold that in or have that be on a different part so that wouldn't cover the knee articulation like it does. Because you can see it covers it pretty bad. He doesn't really have elbow swivels or like, you know, bicep swivels. But he does have like a knee swivel, which I appreciate. He does have forward at the legs. And then he does have a little bit of toe action, which again, much appreciated. His arms, he's got universals at the shoulders, and you can bend the elbow. He's got like a forearm swivel, which is fascinating. Then he's got a waist rotation, which is appreciated. Then you can really see how odd his proportions are once you kind of get him in a pose like this. Like you can see this guy's looking a little weird, but hey, he can pull off some pretty cool poses. Like that's actually pretty cool. I mean, if you flip that flap out, you can get his knee bent real good. Yeah, man, this is a fun toy. Like, for me, Transformers, they don't all have to be like, oh, super amazing, super fun, posable, blah, blah, blah. They just have to be fun, unique toys for me. Like, I already have a great Rodimus Prime. I already have several great Rodimus Primes. You know, I've got the Power of the Primes one. I've got the Kingdom Commander class. I didn't need this, but I wanted this still. And that just shows, at least in my book, how unique this is. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've talked about everything I really need to for this very fascinating robot mode. I think one of the best things that would have really helped its case is if somehow this like shoulder and head chest thing would have been able to slide, or hell, maybe even if the waist could have slid forward. That would have just helped it so much. But still, very fascinating, very fascinating. Let's try to transform it. Let's see, let's see how we can do this. In my experience, one of the best ways to transform it, like a toy without the instructions, is by looking at a picture of the vehicle mode. So I'm just gonna put the box back there so I can look at it. Oh, I never even stood him on the display base. Look at that, he stands on the display base. Woo! There's like no magnets or anything. It's just literally a hunk of plastic. Still kind of appreciated though. It's kind of wild that there was a time where Transformers came with display bases. All right. Let's get this figured out. Let's get this figured out. So, I'm assuming the feet just flip down like that. Hands are going to slide in. And I can see where this is going to like fold up right here. And then that's going to rotate. But then that rotates with it. And then this seems pretty easy. This seems pretty easy so far. Does the head do anything? Does it slide or anything? Okay, that slides. Looks like the head's colliding. Maybe you rotate the head. Oh yeah, the head's like a different sculpt. Yeah, like the head's kind of like sculpted at an angle. Look at that. It's painted right there, but it's nice. Actually, very nice. Almost in an odd way metallic translucent plastic. That's unique. And then the arms are going to flip in and collapse. This is going together pretty easy. I've never had a hot rod with this kind of transformation. I truly have not. That section looks kind of interesting. But I'm assuming all that's left is... oh, wow. I wonder if that's retained. I guess all that's left is we flip this in. Oh, wait. This is going to, like, totally... This is messing up my day. This is messing up my vibe. Because then... I think we rotate this, and then it does... Okay, we got there. I thought that thing would mean like the Winnebago section, like the camper section somehow was on a pivot. That would have been kind of neat. But that's okay. It's not really supposed to be. Ooh! It still can be, though, I guess. I reckon it can be. Yeah, because I just accidentally pulled it out. But it does tab in. So, tabs into the arms right there. It doesn't feel super heavy. Like, it doesn't feel as heavy as, you know, maybe the Fallen. But still, there we go. That was pretty easy. Here is our little Rodimus Prime Diecast Winnebago mode. This is really cool. I really like this. Honestly, man, do you need this in your collection? No, you don't. But I really do suggest at least having one of these Titanium series diecast figures, because they're really unique. Ones to avoid: don't get Megatron, don't get Soundwave. This would be a pretty decent one. Ultra Magnus is pretty cool. I don't have that one yet. I don't know about Optimus. I just want it because it's an Optimus Prime. I've heard it's okay. This I really recommend, but personally, for me, the one I'd recommend the most still is just the Fallen. It's not that great of a toy. Like, you can see, he literally has, like, Minecraft-level hands. But it's such a unique character to have for your Transformers collection. I mean, that head sculpt alone is just worth owning. Look at that, man. This toy is really cool. I did do a video on this. Make sure you check that out, too, if you're curious. But yeah, here's a little Space Winnebago. It actually has a decent amount of space in there. Does this plug in anywhere? Probably not. I don't think they were too concerned with, like, weapon integration back in the Galoob Titanium series days. I mean, heck, even I'm not concerned about it. So there we go. Let me know what you think. I really like him. How well does he roll? Pretty well, given how heavy he is. That's nice. Yeah, I like it. I'm happy I got this. This is really fun. I really enjoy it. I want to get more, man. I want to get more. Let me know what you think about this. I will do a video on my Soundwave. But let me know which ones you might want to see. And let me know which ones you have. Let me know what you think about them. Because, I mean, this thing is not perfect. It's not. I mean, there's his feet. There's his hands. It's not the greatest, but it's a vibe. This is a vibe right here, and it's something I vibe with. Maybe you can, I don't know if you want to push that in or not. I don't think so. I do like this, though. I think this is kind of a cool detail. You can actually make it look like it bends. I actually like that. It doesn't make any sense in actuality, but I can respect that. I don't know if that was intentional. I kind of think it was, but I like that. Alrighty, guys. There we go. There's Hot Rod. Nicely. Looks like he can still fit on that base, which is nice. Yeah, let me know what you think. Special shout out to channel members as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty, there we go. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.